the brand Archetypes. As I mentioned, when we did personal branding, and we spoke about, not personal branding, when we did branding last week, I just skimmed over it and I went, why on earth did I do that? I said I'd come back to it. I didn't. But basically, there are 12 brand archetypes that were developed by a psychologist. Okay. And what's really cool about this is that once you identify the blend of the characteristics that you want, then it can become part of your tone. It can become part of your brand feel. But not only that, you can just dip into that bucket and keep using content around that. When I go through these archetypes, I want you to doodle. I want you to doodle as I go through it and write down the words that come to you when we're going through this, because straight away these archetypes will jump out at you and you will know what they are. So for me, I'm predominantly 3 archetypes, and I'm sure when you see them, you'll go, that's Chantal. Okay. So if you've got pen and paper, do it. So these are the 12 archetypes. And then there's an example of the brands who have those archetypes. So the creator, the sage, the caregiver, the innocent, the jester, the magician, the ruler, the hero, the regular guy, the rebel, the explorer. And some of you are like, I want to be this, I want to be that. But when you go through this, you'll go, I'm actually this and that. So number 1 is the creator, which is all about innovation and creativity. Non-conformists are usually the first ones to introduce a new technology or create a unique combination of features. So you can see that the creator is one of my brand personalities or my characters. They appeal more to creative or artistic audiences to value self-expression, experimenting with new products, and standing out from the crowd. This is why most creators thrive in art, design, technology, and marketing. So creator is obviously one of mine. And you can see if you sit into that. So one of the examples over here is Adobe. There are some videos in here. This isn't my content, the brand archetypes. They're on multiple different websites that you can go to, but this gives you some examples and even some ads and videos that you can look at, which is pretty cool. But the creator is all about authenticity, creative freedom, and should reflect in everything from messaging to the products that they create. So not a fan of traditional advertising or mediocre products or features that exist. So it basically encourages creativity, which is pretty cool. The next one is the sage. And this is about knowledge, truth, and wisdom. So they strive to seek valuable information and to share it with others. It's about empowering people to change the world rather than bring about a change on their own. And I must say that a lot of my audience that I work with are sage because they don't want to outsource their voice. So if you think about your brand personality, then think about your client's brand personality, because a lot of my clients are sage. They don't want to outsource it. They don't want to trust their voice with anyone else. They want to be in control of their marketing. Google's one of those, obviously, because you Google everything. And the other one is obviously BBC as well. They want to build a credible and trustworthy brand. Okay. Like if you think about Sober and you think about Good Mix, for them, it's really important that it's a credible and trustworthy brand. They're not just interested in selling products. They want to make a difference. So up-to-date and insightful content that's useful to them. And they're also mindful of people they choose to work with. An incompetent hire could easily tarnish their authoritative image. The next one is the caregiver. Is empathetic, compassionate, and nurturing. This makes it an excellent personality for healthcare brands, nonprofits, and baby products. The goal is to protect customers and make them feel secure. They play the role of a healer or motherly figure, and they've got your best interests in hearts. So they are kind and provide emotional and physical support through their products, services, messaging, or even their business model. So I definitely think Alison's that's for Alison. Definitely. So WWF, they're in there as well, and Pampers nappies. So they put their customers first. They offer compassion and support, motherly advice. And it says here they can come across as being bossy and overbearing. I don't think that would ever be Alison, but because she does it in such a nice way. So brand archetype number 4 is the innocent. So the innocent brand archetype is pure and unadulterated, just like nature. They're simplistic and authentic and have strong moral values. Innocent brands don't want to harm anyone or anything and have an incredible positive outlook on life, even in naivety. Organic and natural ingredients such as beauty, skin, and healthcare. So Nestle and True Botanicals, and possibly that's for you as well there, Alison. I don't know, Mrs. Reid, you're gonna have to tell me what you are. I think you're a creator so far.
We're not meant to be more than 2 though.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, I think, look, from a strong voice, I definitely 3 when I look at mine.
You're on 4 and I've ticked 3 already.
Yeah, what happened is, look at it. So if you've ever done it before, what you do is you narrow it down and then narrow it down and then narrow it down. So because we're doing 12 in a row, it's quite a lot. And there might be one element in there where you go, well, I'm kind, so I must be that as well. But that's not your forefront one. So narrow it down, narrow it down, narrow it down. Brands targeting this type of audience should let their values influence their vision, mission, products, services, and messaging. They've got an all-natural approach, no pretension. So number 5 is the jester. The jester likes to laugh and have fun. Okay, these brands don't take themselves too seriously and encourage their audience to laugh along with them. So I definitely think that this is part of my brand imaging. I don't care if I spell incorrectly. I don't care if my if I do capital letters, and like, for me, that's not a big thing. I'd rather just have a laugh and, I just take it very lightheartedly. The goal of the jest is to help people let go of stressful thoughts, come out of their shell and party a little. And for me, that's what it's in their business. Like, I really want them to enjoy their business and bring some fun into it. Okay. So the Dollar Shave Club, and I love that they use that example because, I love their branding and key messages. And then, of course, Doritos as well. They like to have good times and good memories, witty and creative advertising campaigns. They could get into trouble for crossing moral or legal lines. So that's something I've learned. Just stay away from that because not all humor translates. And it's not an industry that requires seriousness. So, I've got a comic feel to my brand. And that's difficult because in the B2B space, so for example, in the business to business space, my slogan, replace the BS in your business with a business strategy. Apparently that's not that's a bit shunned on. That's a little bit too much fun for the B2B space. But I'm sort of questioning whether or not, I think the right person in the B&B space, it would be fine. Number 6 is the magician. So the goal of the magician brand archetype is to deliver transformative experiences and make dreams come true. So they can turn the ordinary into extraordinary. They can transfer to a utopian world where your only limit is your imagination. So just like creators, these brands also focus heavily on creativity and imagination. But unlike other brands, the magicians are able to deliver experiences that are almost spiritual and idealistic in nature. So that's why I think I've got the creator, but I've also got the magician. So I'd look at those two and go, well, which one is it predominantly? And it depends which website you read as well, because they've all got a different take on it. So Disney is one of those things. Polaroid's one of those brands as well. Number 7 is the ruler. So the ruler is powerful and dominating. These brands strive to be the very, very best. So they associate themselves with wealth and success and portrayed as masculine, and they're known for perfection and attention to detail. So I would not say that that's me, but it's more sort of your luxury niche brands. So Gillette. And you notice that Gillette and the Shaver Club are completely opposite. So Gillette has gone with luxury and the Shaver Club's gone with sense of humor. So they've gone completely opposite in the branding, which I think is really clever. And then you've got Rolex as well. It's the same with the coffee, where they use, they use Al Pacino, they've used Sean Connery. Those are luxurious brands. Number 8's the hero, symbol of courage and source of inspiration. Wear a superhero cape. They embrace any challenges that come their way, have big ambitions, and inspire people to work harder. So commonly seen in sports and outdoor equipment, and thanks to their bold and confident personalities. So things like Nike and FedEx. And that's why they choose people like Roger Federer and Ronaldo in their advertising campaigns. Number 9, the regular guy. As every man, he simply just wants to belong. These brands dislike standing out from the crowd, and they send the message that it's okay to be normal. Unlike other brand archetypes, they hold an elitist personality, and they just want to blend in with society, such as casual clothing, home decor, furniture, and food. So things like IKEA and The Gap, and I'm going to say something like Target. And Aldi as well. Then you got the rebel. The rebel, known as the outlaw, dislikes rules and conformity. They value freedom and want to break through the status quo, even if it requires a fight. So if you think about all your COVID extremists, they would probably be into here. The biggest difference between is that the rebel's more aggressive and might go against social normity. So they're very outspoken on social media. So jewelry, tattooist, motorcycle brands. So Harley Davidson and Diesel. Then you've got the explorer. They like to travel and discover new places. They're looking for pathways to self-fulfillment, although they're never really satisfied where they are. They like a sense of adventure. So things like Red Bull and Jeep. The lover, you guessed it, true romance, above anything else, find strength in intimacy, passion, and emotional connection. They focus on aesthetic appeal, advocate all things beautiful and sensual. So if you think about Kelly's Candles, it's all about stimulating the desire in the audience to be intimate and passionate. So things like Chanel and Godiva. And those are basically the 12. So Jane, which one did you end up?
I put, well, it didn't change. So the creator, the caregiver, and the innocent. I was toying with the regular guy, but.
No, I don't think so, because the regular guy, you're trying to get people to do something that's different.
Mm.
You're trying to get them to say yes to something they don't want to say yes to. So I do think that they're, I don't think the regular guy. So we've got to separate ourselves sometimes from our brand. We have to think about our brand and what our brand's trying to do. What did you come up with, Alison?
Similar to what you said, well, exactly the same. The caregiver, the innocent. Is that what it was? The caregiver, the innocent. And I question mark the sage. But then there's also the emotional, trying to really connect emotionally as well, so I could really get them into their emotions.
Yeah. So if we have a look, this one over here, oh, not this one. This one over here had sort of a summed up one. So the business owner's playbook, it had the goal, the traits, the drawbacks, the marketing niche. So I quite like the summed up version of this one over here. So if we go down to Sage, for example, to help the world gain wisdom and insight, knowledgeable, trusted source of information, wisdom and intelligent, thoughtful, analytical, mentor, guru, advisor, could be overly contemplated or too opinionated, help people to understand the world, provide practical information and analysis.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, so, you know, there's different brands. These are the 3 that I've got up here at the moment. As I said, none of these are mine. They simply go to Google and they're all public over here. But there's different versions and different takes on it as well. So you can go in and just simply Google it. There will be a place that will try and take money from you. So it's called Brand Personalities, and it will ask you for a credit card to give you the information. So you don't need to do that.
Did you say yours were?
Mine, the creator, the magician, and the jester. But I could probably take away the magician and the creator. I probably would need to relook at those 2 and see which one is more than the other. And I could look at those, because for me, mine is all about empowering people to be able to have fun in their business and empower people to be able to make an impact through their business. So we've got to keep coming back to our brand and our mission of our brand. What is the purpose, or the purpose behind your business, and the difference that you're trying to make through your business, that becomes your mission. So we have to separate ourselves from that and then go, well, what is our business mission? And that will become our brand personality. But again, doodle it, go through, have a look at all of these, doodle it, and you'll keep coming back to the same ones. And all I did was have a look. All I think I put in was brand archetypes. So you'll be able to find the 12 brand archetypes. And as I said, just don't put in a credit card to anything. But what I thought is,